right. Tell me your name and where you're from.
All right.
Oh shit!
I'm Law Laxina. I'm coming in from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Nice.
Grew up in Riverdale, New Jersey. Did the whole average kid thing until 18 and went into the Navy.
I always wanted to do a sea epic.
In Illinois, Texas, Okinawa, Maryland, and then after that went back to Jersey. Random text brought me out to Vegas. So I was just kind of hanging out. I've always been into weird niche hobbies as far as like mobile transportation. I remember I tried skateboards, it was a little boring to me. I found this soul skate, there's like 3 wheels, like single foot, little plate, and then you kind of skid on that thing, but it's no stability. It was just weird, but I found so much novelty in that weird nuance. In Texas and Okinawa, I used to ride free skates all the time. Originally Freeline, then a whole bunch of other brands and all that fun stuff. I remember it was one point in time I ended up becoming this brand ambassador for the US for this company called G-Tank. It was another free skate thing, just because I saw this dude in France who had these ice skate versions of the skates. It was dope. So I moved to Vegas, and there was a lot more hills than I was expecting. I needed something new that would get me around, something that would be compact that I can throw in my car and never have issue with. End up ordering a Kingsong 16S, and I was cruising around with that. I started looking up local guys, seeing who has a wheel. I met this dude Han, and he just barely got his nickel at 84 volt. So he's riding at like 31 mile an hour, and then he tells me, he's like, man, I wish you had a bigger wheel, because the 16S is only going maybe 22, 23 tops. So then maybe a week or two later, I ended up picking up a 16X as soon as that dropped. So then from that, I was riding 16X, and then that was history. Ever since I've been riding freaking almost every wheel under the sun. I probably owned, last time I counted, it was like 36, nearing 40. Not even counting like the things that I've had in the house, but not necessarily owning per se for myself. So it's gonna be closer to 40 wheels, I'm sure, at this point in time. Yeah, no, ESC is it's freeing. It's nice having that new thing. So favorite wheel. I used to always be a huge fan of the 16X with how nimble it was. It was before when firmwares were kind of a little wonky. I used to hate Gotways and Bigodes, but that kind of changed over time when we were able to do a little extra bit of tuning, because Kingsong, you was able to stay flat. Same with in motion, but the problem was when you return in motion, you just felt that little bit of less, the little bit lower power. MSP torque version. As soon as that dropped, we got like the first batch during COVID times. It was the day after the quarantine hit. So my buddy and I we're hanging out at his nail salon, and then we're just waiting for buses, any form of truck, any form of delivery van to drop by the shop. Eventually, dude comes by with 2 small boxes. We're like, what the hell is this? We open up the boxes, we get the chargers. They were messing with us. But anyways, the next day we got our MSPs, and that was it. Because a lot of riders that got into the scene during COVID time, we had so much free time. We were able to cruise every single day. There's this one trail that me and Han ended up pioneering, going around on EUCs. It was exciting, being able to hit something and go 37 miles in a single charge. Those numbers are nothing now, but back in the day, it was pretty cool. BattleBots? Yeah. I mean, so I'm into like a stupid amount of hobbies. I've been to like martial arts, yo-yos. I did racing Tamiya mini 4-wheel drive. I'm pretty decent with nunchucks. What else? I used to fly FPV. I used to race RC. I used to do a whole bunch of random stuff. It's only tip of the iceberg. But yeah, one of those things ended up happening to be hanging out with BattleBots guys. My buddy Jeff, he randomly hit me up during, or while I was at work, saying, hey, we need an extra body of BattleBots. Can you come help us out? And because I'm a tinkerer and I love doing all the little fun stuff, and it's something new.
Piece of disarray. Wow. Oh, wow.
BattleBots is like one of those TV shows that you just kind of see as a kid, and it's like, man, I wish I was part of that. I wish I could see those robots in person. So then got to join that party. Been hanging out with the team for four or 5 years that I've been on the team now. I've been playing with the Falcon recently, but that front edge is a little sharp, and then without grinding it down, it's not necessarily the most comfortable. And then you end up being limited to that little bit of power on a casual wheel. Falcon Pro recently, I've been in love with. Just having that extra bit of torque, being able to go 40 on a more casual wheel, quote unquote, because people are still banging out good miles on that thing. It's probably going to be my new daily mess around wheel. But as far as racing off-road, I've been on the X-Way. As far as doing street stuff, I've been messing around with the X-Max. And it's weird seeing how much power you can get out of it. Like P6 is one thing, but then I feel that little extra bit of grunt on the off the start on the X-Max, and then it's another feeling for sure. The way I see EUCs have, like, the way it's evolved, we've always had the being able to trot around at 12 miles an hour and be able to play around on something that's self-balancing. That's already a miracle in itself, or not necessarily a miracle. We got some nerds that are working on it and making things nice. But being able to go from that, getting into the era where you're able to use it for utility, people originally thinking as a joke, as like a clown vehicle, now people are getting seen on the street flying at like 80, 90, like it's nothing. It's beyond crazy what we're able to do now. We got past that whole hot rod phase where everybody's just trying to get fast and trying to have that bit of torque, that extra acceleration to do that initial sprint. Now wheels have the balls to be able to do whatever they want. It's just a matter of tuning, a matter of figuring out proper ergos, figuring out how to make that optimal corner. And it's just a matter of time till we're beating out so many other vehicles on regular tracks, whether it be go-karts or even regular cars or motorcycles on certain track surfaces, is impressive. I've always been into DIY. You look at my wheel, you got all this extra DKL, you got the extra bit of grip tape on the bottom. Before, I used to take EVA foam, and then I used to be making pads out of layered EVA foam using carpet mat, using epoxy, using whatever, just to hold all the EVA foam together, and then proceeding to duct tape it all together, adding Velcro, or just using the carpet tape to mount it directly to the wheel, just to be able to have that isolated surface.
Last but not least,
Yeah.
gotta get the history on that.
On the holsters?
The holsters.
Okay, so these holsters, I forget when it was a while ago. So right after the Navy, I was hanging out in Jersey. I was watching like a YouTube video on my phone, and I saw a dude with the holsters, and he had a link. I'm like, man, LD West, he's got these holsters for the phone and wallet. And I'm like, man, if I drive around, I don't have to sit on anything. So I figure I might as well just get them to not have to sit on anything. They look kind of cool, so you get that extra bit of convenience when you're making your calls, doing all that. And it's kind of stuck around. Eventually started getting them for free. Yeah, it's been the staple. I feel naked without them. Yeah, ride safe, don't die. Practice your mounting, both legs. That's how you win. Look pretty.